Hello, Legion, it's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris MegaCorp in our Roma Galactica II series. I wanted to open up this episode by just fixing the missing armor on the Jupiter-class cruiser, which was pointed out in the comments on the last episode, which was a little while ago. Sorry it's been a bit of a longer break with this series than with the others. My last week and a half have just been a little bit busier than usual. Some travel a couple of weekends ago, and just getting back on my feet as far as the things that I normally do when I'm in town for a weekend, recording included, took a little bit longer and was just more complicated than expected. So, I appreciate your patience. We're going to dive back in and continue locking down
reconnaissance completed.
Our territory as Space Rome here. So, we have some influence with which to do that, but not quite enough to lock down a new system just yet. Let's take a quick look at the colony ships we have heading oot in a boot. Let's see, you are heading there, and you are heading there. All right, so that's two major colony worlds, and we also have this Alpine world here, colonizable, so we'll be able to take advantage of that, hopefully before too much longer. I am seeing that there are some opportunities for mining stations where there are some idle construction ships, so I'm trying to take advantage of that as best I can. And I seem to recall... Okay. Yeah, I think we've already got... Let's turn on... 1 second. There we go. Let's turn on details map mode for a second here. Yeah. Alright, so we've got a lot of the unique resources that we hadn't quite harvested yet. And it looks like those research stations are being built, so that's quite helpful. Our economy is in good shape. Consumer goods, decent surplus. Alloys, decent surplus. Even energy, minerals, and food are good for now. Let's see what we can do as far as expanding our other stations here. We have a station in Hixum, which is bordering the Galactic Multics Union. Remind me, dear game, how are we feeling about them? Pretty damn friendly. The only reason we don't have more deals with them is just that I don't want to give up too much of my influence per turn. So that's good. Let's see. It would probably be good to have... Do I have a colony ship on the way to that planet? I'm going to need one. But let's see. I do need to think about sprawl somewhat, but I clearly don't care that much. I like having this big, wide empire, and I'm trying to lock down the space that I have before somebody else does. So we'll worry about sprawl a little bit later. But I think I will go ahead and do one trade hub at least. That Starhold upgrade is being worked on as we speak. I will do a shipyard. That just seems like a good idea. It's a defensive system. And even a crew quarters, probably also a good idea for that station. And then the Yarok starbase is definitely a defensive starbase in nature. So probably need to go ahead and get those gun batteries up and running. As well as, what do we have? A target uplink computer? Yeah, let's stick with that. So that's most of our alloys.
System reconnaissance completed.
Just to get us started
Construction complete.
With our dive back into MegaCorp. You know, it's funny, I haven't had too much of a chance to play this still. I mean, I've had so much... we have
complete.
Gathering Storm about to come out for Civilization 6. And that's been kind of my focus for, like, what I've been reading up on and learning on. And of course, we have Imperator coming out at some point later in the year, and I've been doing my best with my spare time to make sure I'm ready for that, because that, honestly, might end up... if I'm doing some Gathering Storm content, I might... You know, the 4 p.m. time slot has always kind of been the sci-fi Stellaris time slot, but I might tweak a little bit to be like, okay, let's let Paradox's stuff be like here at this time. That way I can have Civ stuff, you know, in... I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think about it. I enjoy playing Stellaris on the channel, and I definitely will continue to do so, but Imperator is a pretty important title. Just saying. What I'm pretty excited about. I can't lie. Alright, it's going to be a second before we can get that. That's fine. Alright, yeah, we have a few more systems we can lock down, and that'll be it. Thankfully, this is a fallen empire, so we don't have to worry about them coming for Kodraka. Ancient drones. Oh yeah, spontaneous generosity. After waking yet again, the drones briefly disappeared from sensors. When they returned, it was with a large cache of minerals of unknown origin in tow. They dumped it on the surface of Colonia Triana, after sending a badly corrupted burst transmission indicating that they had fulfilled a requisition request. Then they went back to the moon. Free minerals, no complaints. So, We have the drone mineral gift modifier added to this world. Also, here's the terraforming button, for those of you who were wondering what was going on with that in previous episodes, or I was definitely wondering what was going on with it, obviously. The terraform button is all the way down here. So we definitely can terraform, it's just, it was hiding from me, so they've moved it. And now that I know that it's there, and I appreciate you guys for pointing that out to me, because I think I said in the comments, like, hey, if you know where this is, tell me. You guys definitely did. So thank you, because like I said, I haven't had too much time to play this offline, and that's, man, offline play when you're not commentating is where it's at for actually picking up on new systems quickly and understanding stuff like the alloys, the whole reason that we had to restart this one, you know? So, I just can't say enough how much I appreciate you guys for, you know, engaging in the learning process and helping point out the new stuff. Not only for my sake, but for the sake of other people watching to learn. Strong energy emissions of an unknown origin make this asteroid stand out from the rest of the peers in this crowded asteroid field. Research it. Purple rain, images capturing CO2's mesmerizing purple-colored rain taken by the RSS Hephaestos surface exploration probe somehow find their way into the hands of cultural elite on Earth. While the discovery is of no scientific value, the evocative imagery of the colorful precipitation sparks a minor renaissance in the human art world, the positive effects of which shall be felt for years to come. So, that's nice. Earth is happier because of purple rain. Alright. Naval capacity plus 30. Alright, so that... I mean, we needed that, but we didn't at the same time. That'll help make room for the cruisers. Now, I probably do have some tile blockers. The Off-Road Trading Company, that would be good for energy, but I don't necessarily need a ton of that right now. I kind of want to go for these just to get these researched. Let's go ahead and research that blocker so we can be clearing them. And then Elysium doesn't have enough housing. The City District is going to fix that, though. Oh, hello. We have got... Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember someone pointing this out to me. Colonia Nisa. So we had a little bit of a typo there. Typo and a messed up cruiser. All right, we'll fix it all eventually. Let's see, Classis 1. We do not have cruisers added to this fleet yet. We have the... Hang on. The Devera-class destroyer is an artillery destroyer, and the Ion class is a gunship. They look so different. Look at that. Holy crap. This one's lengthy and has the... It's got more of an aggressive front end, and this is... Almost looks like more of a hammerhead shark, like a battering ship. It's really odd that it has this kind of blunted front end. It's cool. I like the diversity in design, but it just catches you off guard. I like the look of these too. Alright, so with that in mind, it's let's take a look at our fleet and think in terms of where we can add some cruisers here. First of all, we probably do need to have a 5th Devera class destroyer. We can reinforce. And we're going to add our new cruisers to the fleet now. There we go. We can only afford to have 2 of each. And that's fine. We'll add more later on. I want to make sure we're staying on top of things and building where necessary. Okay, so... I think I would most like to continue to expand out in this direction. So let's go ahead and lock down Nodro. I would love to get Dabi as the
construction complete.
As the border system. I mentioned that in a previous episode, but I would really like to mark that.
Pass completed.
If we could make that happen. Weapons target range. Asteroid PO1-111 is pockmarked with craters from weapons blasts and appears to have been used as a target range by someone roughly 2 millennia ago. Residual energy readings suggest they tested increasingly exotic weaponry, including subspace bombs and some kind of singularity generator. We got this event the first time we started the series. Our scientists would be interested in studying the unusual energy echoes that remain. Okie dokie. Alright, so the Zoldior station, we might have more to do. Alright, ethic changes on Pila 1. There's been a sweeping change in the ways the primitive Bothazoids since we began aggressively observing members of their species. Alright, so they've become more xenophobic. That's kind of annoying. We might have to mess with them a little bit to undo that. That's here, complete. Of course.
A new world has been secured for our colonists.
Alright, so Gaius Cottius has died at the age of 90. And we've also managed to do a little bit of colonizing. So we've got a New Worlds project that needs to be continued. Ooh. Let's That's no good. Voidcraft. I guess I'll plug Paula Helvidius in here. It's not a match. I don't like it. But we need you. We need an experienced researcher in that category. Good. Alright, Augusta has housing issues as well. So how can we fix this? Maybe have one more city district? Let's go ahead and do one more. Lots of expansion happening very quickly.
Construction complete.
Good. Colony ship is about to arrive there.
Our pioneers have made planetfall.
Excellent.
Anomaly found.
Sensors pick up unexpected activity from an isolated point on Habam Rude. 5A's frozen surface. Research. Frantic signal bursts from the moon alerted us to the fact that the old drones on the planet, have woken yet again. This time they bring us a significant prize, as they have unearthed an ancient satellite from the depths of their moon and partially repaired it. We do not know how the satellite ended up there, nor why the drones have ignored it until now. Regardless, if even a fragment of its databanks have survived, there's a lot we can learn about day-to-day life in the empires that the drones first served. Fascinating. So that'll add some social research possibilities. I'll take it. Let's go ahead and put you here. Let's put you there. Our economy's still in good shape.
Construction complete.
Mostly, kind of, sort of, maybe. It's nice. Let's go ahead and reinforce a little bit. Start building cruisers. The readings originate from a small research outpost, which the Roman Star Empire has no records of establishing or indeed authorizing, on the surface of Haben 5A. It is staffed by one human scientist, a fairly talented and industrious one if their research on Haben 5A is anything to go by. There is a problem with regards to their identity, however. We have been unable to match them against official state records, and they refuse to identify themselves, save for stating that they are an exile. They've expressed an interest in returning to Earth and serving the Roman Star Empire directly, on the condition that the RSS Pythias immediately depart Haben 5A and no human ships ever return there. Out of the question, search every nook and cranny of that outpost. I never welcome that scientist back. Yeah, so they disappear. It's puzzling. Like, I don't know what that is. It might be a precursor to, like, a certain... We can talk about it in the comments if you know more of
completed.
What it precedes, but it feels like it's a kind of a precursor to a certain endgame event. Like, a way that things can go.
Construction complete.
Oh, hey, Nova Aegyptus is ready for a new building. So I'd say you need an alloy foundry, but maybe civilian industries are a better idea so that we can continue to have... Yeah, we're going to have a lot more population soon, so the consumer goods production is going to need to stay up. And with that in mind, let's go ahead and build a mining district. And we're going to need to clear some stuff too, but we don't really have the ability to do so, so we'll have to wait.
Construction complete.
And Colonia Triad. Oh, cool. You're also able to build. See, that's the thing about having established these new colonies when we did, is that... let's get the gene clinics going. Actually, that would be good to do on Nova Aegyptus as well. I'd rather the gene clinics be there first, because that'll help with pop growth overall. Yeah, the thing about having all these new colonies going at once is that we're going to have more to do in terms of planet management.
Complete.
Finally, Hyperdrive 2 have identified the existence of points of space where a ship expends less energy to breach their way into a hyperplane. Very good. All right, so we've got a couple of new projects to choose. Wormhole travel, probably a good idea. Before we do that, though, let's go ahead and go for gravitic sensors and a listening post. We're starting to run into... I mean, we've been surrounded by other empires. I want to make sure we keep up with that. System capital complex and extra civic slots. I really like the idea of the additional civic slot, but I want more pop growth speed first. All right, we are starting to butt up against our clearable blockers. So let's take a look here. I can queue both of those, actually. So the gene clinics being built here should definitely solve the unemployment problems that we're seeing.
Anomaly found.
Initial scans of the asteroid A619 suggest a dense mass of wrought metal within it, perhaps part of some machinery or other technology. Further scanning required for more Oh my god, so rude. For more detailed data, research. Alright, the geoscape of Tadascafora A is dominated by what appear from orbit to be silvery, metallic crystals of dimensions never before seen. From orbit, they eerily resemble skyscrapers. Closer study is warranted. Alright, the forest research went over without a hitch. We've learned a great deal by living in proximity to the wandering forest. Some enterprising colonists have even built homes in the treetops of some of the larger specimens, following the forest around as they migrate across the moon. Some of the foremost biologists in the Roman Star Empire have spent time studying these unique trees. Nice. So that worked out at least. Organic remains. So it's a special project, I believe. Oh, it's a Cybrix project. Nice. We need that. We haven't had too much of that this game. Probably, like, this has been one of my slower games on Stellaris in terms of discovering all of the precursor artifacts. The erratic behavior of the narcoleptic drones have taken a violent turn. A number of them woke and entered the atmosphere of Colonia Triana, as is their wont, only to slam into the surface of the planet at full thrust, repeatedly in many cases. Damage to the colony was negligible, but the nigh invulnerable drones were destroyed in bright showers of blue sparks, indicative of the tremendous force of and dedication to their self-destruction. Can we find out what was wrong with them? Nanite crystal lattices. Yeah, we saw this before, I think. Yep, we had that in. We got an L-gate insight from that. That was good. How many L-gate insights is that now? That's 3 or 4, I think. Yep, that's 3. We're getting there. As suspected, the asteroid A619 holds within it a great mass of metal and does indeed hide some manner of machinery. The gathered data clearly shows that its constituent parts contain great quantities of stored energy, but its purpose remains unknown. So we should proceed carefully. Caution proved well in order. Hidden inside A619 was a host of old mining drones programmed to attack on site. So we got some additional energy income from that.
Construction complete.
Or potential energy income. Anyway, all right, we can continue to expand here. Let's see. I'm going to add you. Oh, God. Well, as long as it's just another gas giant. All right, so the Dothnak are looking to get relocated again. Oh, Dothnak, you slay me. Oh, you're close. You're looking at the organic remains, though. So this guy's the closest. You come back and look at that, please. Have a look-see. Meanwhile, I think this Alpine world needs a colony. So we can let the half Raxar... Interesting, we have all these different species now. I think we'd let the half Raxar do it, though. Oh, I like that a lot. Scythia is technically a region, not a colony, but I'll take it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and reinforce the fleet. Also do a little bit of an upgrade. New hyperdrives, I believe.
Special project complete.
Very nice. The dead aliens we found above Short 1 all died from vacuum exposure, and each individual had the barcode from the Cybrix. Or had the barcode the Cybrix were known to laser onto the skin of organic captives. It seems like the Cybrix executed these aliens by spacing them, perhaps after having finished interrogations or to keep them from escaping during some kind of rescue operation. We may never know the truth. Q Battlestar references. So good. I haven't watched that show in a while. Might be time to go back.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
See, look at all these worlds. We've got a number of colonization options. Orgleon 3D as a human world seems like a good idea. We don't quite have the resources for it at the moment, but we will. Why are you just hanging out? You need to be auto-exploring, sir.
Construction complete.
Get on that. Alright, so we're getting close. We don't have a lot of influence per month. Alright, Pacifica can do some additional stuff. So we have some unemployment. Unemployment among the worker pops. That's easily fixed. I think I will go ahead and get some additional food going, and that will provide more housing. And it does seem as though we have some clearable blockers and the energy to do it. So let's go ahead and queue up those projects as well.
System reconnaissance completed.
Alright, there's a significant amount of debris in orbit around this gas giant. This is Hadrian 6. Most of it appears to come from long-lost starships of various configurations. That is going to be another Cybrix-related thing. I am sure of it.
Anomaly found.
Observing the massive asteroid 333P002, we have found something. Further investigation is warranted. Can we change the scientist? So Timius Didius, can we have you come do this? Yeah, you come. Oh, never mind, you can't. Paula Platius, can you do this? No. Yeah, Spurius Pupius needs to be the researcher for that. It's going to take him a while, but go ahead and just do it. He's up here in that territory. The surveying drones or surviving drones have been missing since the suicide incident. History buffs on Colonia Triana are convinced the drones are still in close proximity, shielded from prying eyes by some lost technology. But the expected time window for the next activation has come and gone. Progress on deep analysis of the destroyed drones' remains has been slow, but a breakthrough is expected soon. Keep me posted. Okay, we need to upgrade you. Civilian industries exist there. We need gene clinics here. We have some unemployment here, but it's just among workers. We still haven't gotten robots started yet. I'm well aware of that. Let's go ahead and get some additional food going there. Like I said, more management going on for sure. All right, we've finished our sensors research. Let's go ahead and do the barrier point defense. Excellent.
Construction complete.
Glorious. Alright, I have just enough influence to do some additional stuff. Let's go ahead and get these stations built here. But let's add Baldirk and have that done, because we are very close to locking off all of our
System
territory.
reconnaissance completed.
Good. Lots of progress starting to be made in each episode just because we have so many colonies being established at once, I guess. It's nice. Our Empire Sprawl is ridiculous, but I think we'll be okay. If not, then lessons learned.
A new world has been secured for our colonists.
Empire Sprawl is very similar to, as I mentioned earlier in the series,
complete.
you know, the mechanics that have always been in place. If you play tall, you're always going to run into, you know, a lot of sprawl. The penalties are more explicit in this case. Like, you can see very clearly, like, oh, okay, that's the price I'm paying. But it's like it used to be. The asteroid SSD-893 is emitting some form of radiation in controlled bursts. Is someone or something trying to communicate with us? I don't know. Let's find out. We have a housing issue here. An additional agriculture district on that world should fix that.
We have claimed a new world.
Good. Deep within a crevice of the giant asteroid 333P0002, or 002, we have found something astonishing. There is a mining gear attached to the rock, digging itself into the vast depth of the asteroid. It stands abandoned with no sign of who placed it there. So we can try and scrap it for minerals. Yeah, let's just scrap it for minerals. Unemployment on Earth among the working class. Same thing. We're going to continue to build up our agriculture.
Construction complete.
Elysium is ready for an upgrade. That's good to see. Let's do gene clinics here too. Again, we need those. We need planets growing quickly. SSD-893 is partially hollow. Within its interior spaces sprawls a dense honeycomb structure crafted of some unknown alloy, housing containers of alien genetic material. By all appearances, This is an archive of life, the genetic record of some earlier civilization come and gone. Most of the DNA is hopelessly degraded, but there is still much to learn here. Fascinating indeed.
Special project complete.
Alright, so the Dathnak have been relocated, and we've got some additional research points that we can look into there. Now, we are fairly close to having more to do here. Let's see. I would really like to go ahead and lock that system down as soon as possible. It's going to take a little while longer.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
Ancient drones panning for gold. Sorting out the errant innards of the shattered drones took much longer than anticipated, as each drone seems to have been built from a slightly different design, assembled from slightly different parts. Once this fact was established, one thing stood out: the parts that were identical. Separated from the rest, it is clear these parts are of somewhat modern, if alien, make. It is likely that someone has done what we could not, and tampered with the drones. This warrants further investigation. Alright, fleet command limit plus 20. Additional
System
blockers.
reconnaissance completed.
So much going on. Let's go for the additional blocker. The planetary body Elglavis 3A appears to be covered in some manner of grayish substance, possessing strange properties and varying metallic composition. Gray goo, perhaps? I think it's gray goo. That's my theory. Okay, well, we are 26 minutes into this episode. I'm going to stop this one here. We are very close. Matter of fact, hang on, let's let one more month pass, because I would like to go ahead and give the order for Giulia to be locked down, because we're so close to, like, sealing up some of the long-standing holes in our empire. There we go. In the next one, we are going to probably go out to Dabi and lock that down. I doubt that we'll go any farther than that, because we do have to pay some attention to Sprawl. Some. Not much, but some. And then we're going to really focus on turning inward. We're going to build up our fleet, and then think about who we might declare war on. I would imagine that the Jaranshu coalition is going to get their butts kicked. Their technology level is inferior compared to ours. Their fleet power is equivalent, so we just need to build up our navy and have maybe a few clever attacks to push back against their forces, and then we'll see where we go from there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every other day at 4 p.m. US Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, including about that time slot thing I talked about earlier in the video. Would you prefer to continue to see sci-fi in the 4 p.m. time slot, or with Imperator coming out and Paradox fans being excited about that, would you like it to be just more of a Paradox slot where I do some Stellaris and some Imperator, you know, from time to time? Like, let me know what you think, and I'll be curious. Just what the general feedback is. Again, comments are always welcome, and I'll see you next time.